Welcome to the Trade Exchange, built for traders by traders. You've come to the Trade Exchange via either a link or typing in www.thetradexchange.com. At the top of the site, you have a button. It's called Enter Site. Let's go ahead and click that. After clicking that, the site takes you to the next portion of the website. You have two buttons. Click here for the forum HTML and click here for the forum Java. Both HTML and Java are identical in functionality, speed, and the low latency. HTML version, it's a bit more aesthetically pleasing. Java, you can mold it and shape it a little bit better than you can the HTML version. For our purposes here, we're going to select Forum HTML. After you've selected Forum HTML, a different window will pop up. You will notice that we have already been logged in. For our purposes here, we're going to log out. I'll show you how to log out here. And we're going to log back in. You're going to be asked to enter your username and password. Your username and password were sent to you by the Trade Exchange. Whether you're a free trial member or a paid subscriber, you would have received a username and password in an email form from the Trade Exchange. If you have not, please contact or email the Trade Exchange at thetradexchange.com. Once again, the Trade Exchange at thetradexchange.com email, or you may call us directly at 203-939-1250. So let's go ahead and enter your username and password. So in this case, I'm not going to have it remember me, but we do recommend you select remember me. It's just an easier way of logging in the morning. We're going to click on login. And then we're going to be selecting the topmost page, which is the Trade Exchange Forum. So this here is the Trade Exchange Forum. And what is it? It's a hybrid news portal where you can get various information to do with activity, in particular equities, equity derivatives or options, geopolitical news, macroeconomic news. So let's take a look what kind of news you see here and how everything looks in the forum. One of the things that you'll notice is, as you can see, I'm scrolling up. I'm using the bar on the right hand side to scroll up. One of the things that you see on the, for example, on the left hand side is the timestamp. All times are in Eastern Standard Time. You have the hour and you have the minute. Additionally, on each line you have the individual placing or posting the information. In this case, it's Zozo Stockwatch, and the actual information being posted. In this case, it's SSNI volume alert. So what kind of information will you see in the Trade Exchange Forum? Let's take a look at some examples. For example, you see TX News 1, which is coming from the Trade Exchange. Weakness continues in the market. The VIX slowly popping to high of the day. Again, you see the timestamp, who's entering the information, and the actual information being posted. We can take a look at 3:24 p.m. TX options, also coming in from the Trade Exchange. We'll see INFI April 16 call buying, 1,287 contracts bought on offer at 55 cents. TX options report on large and unusual option trades, blocks, sweeps, anything to do with equity derivatives. And the way you see it is you see the underlying stock, the actual expiration, and what is being bought or sold, the amount of contract, whether it's being bought or sold on the offer, and the price. Let's take another example. For example, 3:10 p.m. TX News 1. Market on close, currently to the sell side. We see that typically in the last hour of trading. Let's get an example of an insider transaction. We take a look at 3 o'clock and 14 minutes. We see ANF insider buy. So what does that mean? That means that the stock, symbol ANF, we know that in this case, follow-up from Zozo Stockwatch, was Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer, purchases 8,700 shares of ANF. Very important to know, and we report that on an intraday basis. In addition to TX News, TX Options, TX Insider, we see our contributors, including Zozo Stockwatch, including RP contributor, JF contributor, DB contributor, JL contributor. Some notes on navigating around the TradeXchange forum. On the right hand side, just above the send button, you have a little arrow. Let's go ahead and click that. We have a list of all the members that are currently in the forum. For example, if there's someone that you wanted to private chat with, for example, if you had a question for the TradeXchange forum, you would find GA Super Admin, you would left click on GA Super Admin and select private chat. A little window would pop up, and for example, we would ask, what is an option? And we would wait for the response. GA Super Admin would receive your question in real time and would answer that accordingly. Let's go ahead and close that. Some of the questions we get is, how do I search for a stock during the day? How do I know if a particular stock was mentioned in a news headline or an option play, an insider transaction? The best way to do this is to use the function Control F. Control F brings this little window up, and let's say we want to put AMAT. We type in AMET space, and it brings up one occurrence that AMAT was mentioned during the day. So for example, we see AMAT. Let's take another example. We can take a look at, for example, let's take a look at just around 4 o'clock. We have SONC. So a little bit of information was coming out at 4:02 and 4:03. In this case, we see raises guidance, and at 4:03 SONC, 14 cents versus 12 cents earnings per share. So if let's say you didn't know that, and we wanted to search for that. We type in SONC. It indicates that there were 4 occurrences of SONC during the day. So we see 4:02, it highlights, so we can use the arrows to scroll through the occurrences of SONC. To log out, you'll click on the little button there, and you would log out. There's also other options. You can turn off sounds, you can stop the scrolling. For example, in options, there's various things that you can do in terms of sound and in terms of how you cache the information. But we do recommend you remember username and password. and it really does help navigation and access of the TradeXchange forum. So, folks, thanks for listening to us. This has been the first installment, first introductory video to the TradeXchange forum. If you have any questions, please email us at TradeXchange@thetradexchange.com. You can call us directly, 203-939-1250. Or if you're already in the forum, you can private message GA Superadmin with any questions you may have. Again, left click on private message, and go ahead and ask the question. Thank you for visiting the TradeXchange, and we look forward to seeing you in the forum. Have a great day.